from a place, John the Bipper, Keith the Vandal. Marquise is the name my mama gave me. Here in an early point of the day, grateful to be here. Thank God for another one. It was nice out. At least it's finna be. And it's a little wet on the ground. There's a little precipitation, but it's all good. I'm thinking about letting go this morning. Thinking about the power of letting go. And it's interesting because I do a lot of work where I reflect on things that I've gone through, or things that other people have told me they've gone through. And I reflect on it in a way where I do my best to somewhat synthesize this information, process it, so that I can use that knowledge or wisdom that I gain to impact others on a later point. But I'm just thinking about that part this morning, thinking about letting go in those terms. Because some things I have sat with for longer than need be. I've kept them for seasons they don't belong in. All right. And it is acknowledging the bitter feelings, acknowledging the resentments, acknowledging the lack of self-worth, because it's all a part of it. The guilt, the shame that's left over from having certain experiences. I've come to a place where I can look back with joy about just about everything, even the things I would complain about, even things that I used to be like, oh my goodness, how could they have done this? How does anybody think to do it? And then as I live more life and I've had more experiences, I've seen how a person could think to do some of the things that I did not agree with at all. I've seen the impacts that drugs can have on somebody's thought processes. I've seen the impact that a desire for something that may make them feel like they're important, the desire for a dollar, the desire for fame, for clout, the desire for power when they've been powerless. I've seen what those desires can do when they go unchecked, and they don't have any discipline around these things. I've been thinking about freedom as I explore different concepts, right? And I've come to see freedom as something that requires discipline. There is no freedom without discipline. To keep the freedom, there has to be a self-control, a large level of self-control. There's this illusion at times that there are people who just do things without planning. They do things without intention. They do things without understanding that's deeper. But that's a falsehood, right? I watched a video recently where a young woman was talking about some of the ills and the cons of sexual liberation. And that's one of many concepts, right? But thinking about that, there are cons, there are drawbacks to false liberation, false freedom. A false freedom is, oh, do what you want, when you want, however you want. That's false freedom. And that false freedom, like I stated, can come with a lot of drawbacks. Oh, do what you want, whenever you want, with whoever you want. Those types of freedom, those types of situations often come with consequences later on that are like, I just don't know how this happened. How could people do that? It's like you did what you want, when you want it, with whoever you wanted. You had no boundaries. There were no boundaries. There were no understandings about who was in your circle. So of course these things took place. Of course STDs are a part of that. Of course unexpected pregnancies are a part of that. Of course, somebody was jealous the whole time and wanted you dead. Or a friend dead. Of course, there's a disease to come from eating and not being observant. When we don't tend to our gardens, we get weeds. We get dead plants. We get plants that are dry rotted. We get plants that are being eaten by different things that come to the garden. Got worms all in the apples. Got a dead animal just sitting there rotting, crusting over in the garden when we don't tend to it. So that's what I've been thinking about lately. How do I tend to my garden? And why have I set expectations for a garden that I like? Why are the expectations for how people show up to this garden when I haven't even upheld them? It was like, there's this big conversation a lot about respect. It's like, what respect can be given to someone who doesn't respect themselves? You are the first standard of the respect you expect to receive. You are the first standard of the respect you expect to receive. It's like when I was growing up, people were like, such and such is a bully. It's like, bullying is real. I would never doubt that. But it is a two-way street. And at some point, if we aren't teaching people to fight back for themselves, and fighting back doesn't always mean putting your hands on somebody. Fighting back can simply be, hey, you're not going to talk to me like that. I don't care how goofy I look. I don't care how loud I am or disruptive I am for this class. I'm not finna get talked to like that. We're not learning no lesson. So this person stopped talking to me like that. Yeah, I'm gonna be extra. Because that's what allows the bully to do what they do. A person deciding not to be extra. A person minimizing himself to allow somebody to be on Bobo, on BS. Oh, you're not talking to me crazy. I'll be like, I used to joke about that when I was coming up. Like, I'll be the weirdo, but I'm my weirdo. I own this weirdo. I'll be the weirdo, but I own this weirdo. I'll be the goofy. I'll be the kid who talk white around the way. I'll be the one talking white, but that's mine to do, and you don't got no say in that. You don't got that. You don't got this much say in it. Nah, I'll be broke out here, nigga. Excuse me on that last part. But I'll be messed up out here. I'll be down bad. But it's my down bad, and that's my down bad to share with whoever respects me. But what I won't do, is make space for somebody or groups of individuals, groups of somebodies who I'm constantly expected to show up a certain way for, who I'm never enough for. I'm good on that. Told that to my peoples. I'm like, yo, no, don't ever go nowhere where you're not enough. Don't even try to don't try to make yourself more for something that ain't truly valuing you. I understand, like, certain things we want in life, they come with changes. They come with sacrifices. It's more about what you don't do than what you do. All right? It's more about, like, letting go of certain behaviors. Like, right now, I say the N-word a lot. You know, I say the N-word. I don't want to say that as much. I understand the impact that leaves in certain conversations. I curse from time to time. I understand the impact that leaves. So I am going to be accountable for that. But on my timing. And I can be hard-headed. I can be stubborn. I can be these different things. But what I do not respect and I do not take kindly to is people not having understanding for where this behavior comes from. You know, like, it's like there's the half where it's an excuse, and there's the other half where it's like grace. And hear what I'm trying to say. Take time to listen to what people are trying to tell you. before the ears closed to a curse word, or the ears closed to, oh, that man say the N-word too much. That's an unfortunate part. So that's the real reason I'm doing that work, to be more intentional, because I know what makes people's ears close. You gotta find those special sauces to keep their ears open, so the messaging can get across properly. I'm from a space. I keep talking about this space. I'm a guy from a place, but I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. I'm from this place, right? Baltimore, USA. Baltimore, USA. Like, this is where I'm from. And I'm blessed to be from here. I'm blessed to have seen a lot more than people believe I've seen. I'm blessed to have been in spaces that I don't look like I came from. I don't look like my past. That's why I'm blessed to be able to let it go. I'm blessed to not have resentment. Like, folks behind me is speeding. Let me go on ahead and get out your way. Everybody's speed demon in the morning. Let's see how much you really gonna do with that Honda. Let me slow up for you. Let me slow up. Let's see if you, okay. Because women don't know how to, I don't know, I'm gonna say women. But some people really don't know how to drive. They don't really understand their cars. Just get on out your way. You know what I'm saying? That was just foolish, you know. Every now and then I gotta flex the engine. I got my little V6, my little V6. My V6 engine, they get that little, you can push me, you know, push. You know, V6 engine is something else, you know. You don't play with it. I seen the 160 on the dash. I was like, I'm gonna touch you one day. Don't use that. Don't use that against me. That's not permissible in court. But I'm gonna use that one day. I'm gonna expand one day. I might have to take this to the Autobahn, take this across the seas. And that's what I be thinking about, man. That's a random reference, but like, when I was young, I was talking with my pops took me and my brother and sister to Germany. And we was out in Germany. The Autobahn was like next level to me. We're in a minivan pushing 120. Like, pushing 120 in a minivan. And then there's it's like a BMW coupe that just flies by us at 160, like, easy. Just floating. Like, everybody's flying. I mean, I don't know what that would look like in America. Like, somebody wants to do that drunk, probably. Like, they want to do that without responsibility. And that's the part that I started this with. That's like something I kept coming back to. Freedom takes a level of responsibility. I love having to be responsible. I don't think I'm perfect in everything that I do, but I'm also grateful for the people who give me grace. Freedom takes a level of responsibility and discipline. What do we consistently show up as? Those become the questions. And those are the things that are the source of our blessings. But yes, man. Man, it's beautiful. It's a blessed life. What did I really start with? Now that I think about it. I know I said freedom, but it was something else. It's been on my mind a lot. People drive wild in the morning. Let's be thinking about, like, all the accidents that are avoided. Like, I'm thankful for safe travels. Like, truly thankful for safe travels. I'll be on the road. I was in Philly this past weekend. I was at the Thinker Maker Society. Still learning that space. Thinker Maker Society on Race Street. Like, downtown Philly type vibe. It's like really just a lot of dope spaces. And like I said, I'm from Baltimore, so when I can get on that road, I can go up to Philly, I can go down to DC. I be thinking about Richmond from time to time. I saw this little spot in Richmond that got some decent food. Then there's like the other part. Okay, we got that. I go out to Ocean City, hit the beaches type thing. I can go out to the western part, you know. You be careful out there, but go out to the western part, go cabin vibes. I'm trying to get some land, you know what I'm saying? You know, got some folks with land. Some good peoples is camping soon. Like, is the weather breaking? I got my hammock on me. You know what I'm saying? I got the hammock. You understand it? I got the hammock. Get you a hammock, man. Y'all get a hammock. That is a different vibe when you outside and you can just like set your hammock up and just chill and just rock back and forth. Suspend it in the air. Held up by 2 trees. Like, what? Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Ooh. I drove all the way out here because I want some chips. I was in the grocery store and I wanted some jalapeno kettle cooked chips because the jalapeno kettle cooked chips are like the ones, right? So I'm looking and the price is $5.69. In the bag, I don't think it got more than 32 ounces worth of chips in it. And about 8 of them ounces is air, you know? So I'm just like, I'm good on that. I'm really good on that. I'm great on that. I'm going to go to the wholesale club. So I'm going to be attending Samuel's Club. I'm heading to Samuel's. Shout out to Samuel's. I'm going to get in here and I'm going to do what they got to do. I said, $5.69 for the chips? For the air? Nah, we ain't doing that. I ain't a little bit. And it started raining. I'm setting the hammock up for you know what I'm saying? I gotta get the and I'm trying to find some almond milk. But I like the almond milk in the cases. I like the box joints. Cause when I get the big gallon, I feel a lot more pressure to drink all the almond milk. Or oat milk. Oat milk be solid too. I want to start making my own. If these vegan things, you know, I be doing for real. Like, if y'all ever fried oyster mushrooms, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a solid little vibe too. That's a solid vibe too. Yeah, I have my accent is coming out. Oh yeah. These will be on sale if you're interested. You know what I'm saying? Put you on to the right design. It's a long way from where I started. What did I start this conversation with? I really want to come back to it. Because I started this really just thinking about that. One thing. Letting go. Letting go. Let it go. That's my thought of the day. Let it go. Oh. Also, I got another thing. I just got my proof for my newest book, I Speak Light Over My Life. You know what I'm saying? I got my face on the cover. I did some back cover stuff this time. You know, I did a little bit of journal spacing in the back. For anybody that be interested in that type of thing, you might be interested, you know what I'm saying, in journaling. And it's affirmations. So I put life is kind to me through every season. I go where I'm aligned to be. Every day I elevate. I make plenty time for peace through the chaos. Thankful for the days off. It was not for naught. Every good deed paid off. I stepped fully into my calling. I was made to go all in. I am blessed continually, steadily evolving. Growing is a choice I am thankful to make. I live life in a way that makes others great. It's bigger than me, and my part is important. I am a source of joy through the storms and moments of misfortune. So yeah, I'm really grateful to be able to do this and to do it again and do another one after this. And like I said, life is beautiful. Life is beautiful when we let go. And I think the process of letting go can be complicated. It can be underestimated. I know some people who say, "Oh, just forget it." It's like, okay, forget it. But there's also the conscious part where you have to, I don't say you have to. I have had to recognize when I am denying something. I'm denying something's impact on me. I'm denying how I feel. I don't really care. I care a lot. Like, I care a lot. I'm mad. And when I have denied my anger, I recognize in real time the way that other things suffer. Not being self-aware. I go, I don't care about that. I don't even remember that. I blocked that out of my mind. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. It'd be right there at the front of my mind. Because even say I blocked it out of my mind, I just thought about it. And if I haven't truly processed those emotions and done the work that's needed to like just combat that, it'd be lies. It'd be lies. But the thing I'm grateful for more than anything is having space to allow people after me in my family and in my community to be the things that I wanted to be, but didn't know I could be. And just make space for people to honor where they are, where your feet are placed. Where your feet are placed is not a bad thing. It's just figuring out, like, where's the God in it? And that's back to my book, I Met God in the Gutter. Where is the God in our process? Where is God at in our process? Why did I start in Baltimore? Why did I know about so many murders and deaths coming up? Why did I lose people? Why did I lose childhood friends to gun violence, to diseases, to different things? Why? Did it happen because life is just so petty to me? Or is this my opportunity to take what I have seen and give others my testimony, to give them a sense of why God is awesome, right? Why life is beautiful. I've seen people be a light and be taken from this space, but what they left behind deserves to be honored. And that the energy that they existed as is what I draw from when I'm blessed to show up in spaces. I think about the musicians, the artists, the DJs, the photographers, the rappers from my city who are no longer here. And it hurts when we recognize they're gone. I'm peeling the callus. Excuse me. It hurts when we recognize they're gone. But we had the space to honor them. We always had a space to honor them. So I soaked my hand the other day. And then I put shea butter and Vaseline on them. They're getting a little bit better. The hands are pretty rough. I do a lot of pull-ups. Whole lot of pull-ups, and that has my hands get really rough. So excuse me while I do this. Vaseline on them. Oh my goodness, that's wild. Vaseline on the Duget. Didn't expecting that to have happened. But yes, life is beautiful, y'all. Hope y'all have a blessed day, your best day. I hope you know that whatever you're going through will not be forever. Everything is temporary. That's not a bad thing. The fact that it's temporary is what allows the sun to come back, allows us to have a change of seasons. You're going through a rough patch, it's not permanent. There is no permanency. There is no permanency, right? There is no permanency in the problems we face. And the blessing of being able to let go is that you allow it to be temporary. You allow the stories once written about you to no longer have weight, to no longer have power. Greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And you may not have a Christian faith, so that I apologize if that doesn't sit well with you, but use it in a way that empowers you. All right? I can do all things. It's a statement of fact. I can do all things through Christ. I'm saying? It's temporary. Don't let the temporary knock you out your position. Have you feeling like you can't. What was isn't what will be. And we have so much power over what will be. That's why, like I said, I speak light over my life. I speak light over my life. Because I can, because I'm blessed to. I've had my share of ups and downs. Times when there was no one around. I came and spoke these words to me. Praise will confuse the enemy. I started singing, I started dancing, I started clapping. People were laughing. They knew my problems, they knew my pain, but I knew God would take it away. Oh, oh, oh. Praise Him to praise Him in heaven. It's so wow. There's so many people graduating. There's so many people graduating. It's blessed. What's it looking for? Let me get off of here so I can find it. As I always say, one day made better as many days made greater. I'm uplifting you in a world that I'm uplifting you in a world that cares. I am a guy from a place. Charm City Bipper, Keith the Vandal. Marquise is the name my mama gave me. One day made better as many days made greater. I'm uplifting you to be in a world that cares. If I keep it to myself, I think that's unfair. The joys we are given are best when shared. Visionaries never die, legends survive. Through the seeds we sow daily, we get better with time. May you have your best day. May you have a blessed day. We are built in private and blessed in public. The process is always trusted. Whether they like it or love it, we are abundant. Praise God. Praise God. Wow.